all, today we will start the first chapter of grammar and the name is the sentence. Now, when we talk about the sentence, we should know that what is the basic structure to form a sentence. So now you can see on your screen that there are two sentences given. So read the following sentences. The first one is, the hill went up Jack and Jill. Second sentence is, Jack and Jill went up the hill. When we read the first and the second sentence, we find some difference between the two. What is the difference? Do these group of words make sense? Are they making some sense? Do they suggest something about a person, place, or thing? So now, when we see the first sentence is not making a sense. It's not giving a complete meaning. But when we read the second sentence is giving us full meaning. It is giving a message to us. Why it is so? Because the second sentence follows the three rules of making a sentence. Now, what are these three rules? The first rule is that it makes complete sense, or we can say the sentence gives full meaning. Second is it begins with a capital letter. You can see the second sentence, it is beginning with capital letter. And third is it ends with a full stop. So these are the three basic rules when you frame a sentence. Now, what is a sentence? What is the definition of a sentence? So we can easily frame a definition that a group of words that makes complete sense is called a sentence. Or you can say a group of words that gives full meaning is called a sentence. Second point, a sentence expresses a complete thought. Third is, a sentence must contain a subject and a verb. Now, what is subject? That I will tell you. And what is a verb? Verb can be helping verb also and verb can be action word also. We can categorize sentences based on their purpose and their structure. Now, definition of a sentence. A sentence may be defined as a group of words that contains a subject and a predicate and expresses a complete thought. Now, what is subject and what is predicate? This I'm going to tell you. Now, you can see example, the baby is smiling. So, in this sentence, the baby is subject and is smiling is predicate. Again, one more example, my pet is a koala. So, subject is my pet and is a koala is predicate. Now, these are the two parts of a sentence. First part is subject, second part is predicate. Now, what is a subject? We are talking about subject, so we should know what is a subject. So, the subject is who or what the sentence is about. Or you can simply say that the person or thing we speak about in a sentence is called a subject. Suppose if I take an example, Ashok is reading. So about whom I am talking in the sentence? I am talking about Ashok. What Ashok is doing? So Ashok is your subject and subject is the beginner of the sentence. We start the sentence with the subject. Okay. So subject is about whom we speak in a sentence, right? Now, how about predicate? What is predicate? It describes the subject. How does it describe? See, when I'm giving the example, Ashok is reading. So what am I telling about Ashok? I am telling that Ashok is reading. So is reading is here what? It is actions or you can say states of being or events. So the verb and all the other words that come after the subject is called the predicate. What? See, Ashok is the subject. Is reading is coming after Ashok. So is reading is your predicate, right? Now, again, there are some group of words you can see on the screen. In a corner, by day, in the daytime, in the west. Now, this is again a group of words. These words are giving some meaning, but they are not giving us complete meaning or complete sense. So such groups are called phrases. Now, a sentence will always have a verb in it, but a phrase will not have a verb in it. So phrase also gives some meaning, but it is not giving complete meaning. But a sentence which has a verb in it, it gives complete meaning. So this is all about today's class. Thank you.